I just wanted to get an understanding of kind of like where you started, right? Prior to the academy, where you're at now, and kind of how that experience went and everything like that.
Sure. No, it's been wild. My life is kind of
That's what
like
he said. He said you had a unique experience.
yeah, well, just I think that I think that most people probably have pretty significant like life things change through this process, but
Sure.
mine just feel very drastic.
Good. I hope that's a
Uh,
good thing.
no, it's a great thing actually. It's yeah, wonderful actually. So, but when I first started, looking into the program, I had just come off a really gnarly divorce,
Mhm.
like where I was the primary breadwinner, and so basically to get out of that financial situation meant like liquidating everything. It
That's
was
no fun.
no, and like starting completely over, and I'm
Yeah.
37, so that was like woo. So it's really scary, but I also, I never adjusted my like lifestyle whatsoever. Going, even though I had been the primary like breadwinner, there were still two of us and two resources to draw upon.
Sure.
But like I was living, what like I'm embarrassed to say how I was living.
Don't be
So when I
embarrassed.
went to do the 3 month look back, I just
Yeah.
realized I was hemorrhaging money.
Yeah.
Like absolutely, like there's nothing to
What were
find.
we over? How much were you? How much did you save in that experience, or like the projection tool?
Oh my gosh, it was like the project. I mean, it was like $8,000 if I changed some things.
Oh
Like
wow,
yeah,
wow, per
like
month.
it. Yeah,
Oh wow, so like
it's like
96,000 a year annually.
pretty much. Yeah,
That's a
because
good. That's a good, and it's that's obviously probably felt scary, but that's a great. I mean, that's unheard of. You know what I mean?
it is unhard. Well, I'm a really high, like I'm a high earner,
Yeah.
and that's been consistent. But just my like month to month, like I had four gym memberships. Yeah,
Where were these gym memberships at? LA
like
Fitness,
Excel,
Peloton.
Equinox,
Oh,
this place.
Equinox. I heard that's a fancy one. I've never actually seen the Equinox, but I've heard
I
a lot of
loved
good things.
Equinox, but
Yeah.
I just didn't realize I never canceled it. That's
Yeah.
like $200 a month. It was
That
just
one's
like
expensive.
wild. It's well, it was all expensive. I think I just like had a head in the sand in denial. I think I had to throw my like, this is not fair existential temper tantrum.
Of course, we all do that sometimes.
Yeah. But I realized that, I work fully remote.
Yep.
Most of my friends at this age have moved out to the suburbs because they have their families. I'm
Sure.
divorced and starting over, but I have felt very lonely in the city for a very long time, but just had not changed anything.
Hmm.
So, like, fast forward to today, I moved to New Hampshire.
Hmm.
Um, I bought 5 acres of land on a really pretty river,
Wow.
which is amazing. I'm renting an apartment so I can like build a house. My apartment rent went from 4,500 in Boston to 800 in New Hampshire, which equates
Wow.
to exactly what the Massachusetts state income tax is. So
That
it
is
feels
insane.
free because New Hampshire is a, income tax free state. So like the
Sure.
property tax is a little higher. So like I do have to,
That's like Texas for me.
yeah,
Same thing. Yeah.
yeah. So there's like a little bit of adjustment that has to be made. But basically, my overhead went from, huge numbers to like nothing.
That's all. That's really, really good. I mean, that's not only a drastic savings, but what you can do with that savings now is it's out of this world. $96,000 a year. I mean, you guys, if you do simple math, that's like a 10-year projection. If you just save the 96,000,
I
straight up save,
know.
not even invest it.
Well, and like it has been, I had a lot of travel, I had a lot of tax obligations that I had to clean up. So,
Sure.
like, I feel like I haven't like realized the gains yet. But
Yep.
even just in terms of like lifestyle, it's slower pace in New Hampshire. I am starting a garden on my property, so I'm going to like the 5 a.m. gym class and then going to my property and being in the sunshine like for 3 hours outside. So I'm
That's
just
amazing.
healthier, like the whole like it's just an entire new world.
Do you think so from when you came in, obviously the 96 that's a lot of money. What other big things kind of changed since you've come in, since you've not left, but since you've graduated officially?
I think it's primarily the lifestyle. I think it's like the fear. I mean, even I think I was just too nervous and so stressed out about the tax issue that
Yeah.
I like was just denying it. But all it
Kind of
took
a
was phone call with
avoidant
them.
behavior a little bit, like kind of like I know
Oh,
I gotta do it, but it stinks, so I'm gonna avoid it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. And just
Did you work with Heather at all in the beginning?
I did, yeah. And it really helped. I've done so much inner work and so
Good.
much like I feel pretty I've just done so much work. I've read so
That's
much.
amazing. That's amazing.
So it made sense, like her work really made sense to me. But I still think even with that, there was that like shame piece. I'm the oldest out of I've got four brothers and they're
Hmm.
all much younger than I
I
am.
got three brothers. That you got one up on me there.
Really?
Yeah. I got three younger. I'm the oldest as well, but
Yeah.
four brothers and you're the oldest sister. Any other no sisters?
Nope.
Oh man, that's got to be tough.
No, that's wonderful. They're so like you have brothers, you understand,
Yeah, yeah.
but they look up to me and I always just felt this shame that I wasn't like yes, I make a lot of money, but I'm not like I had no savings. I was spending thousands and thousands of dollars every month just like
You were a Henry, is a high earner, not rich yet,
yeah,
and that's okay. There's nothing
yeah,
wrong with that. Happens all the time.
yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. But now I feel like stable and can I've recommended they all but two of them are still in college. Like if they get set up now, like they'll be in such a better like financial situation.
I love the trajectory you took because like it was so much bigger than money, like in your instance. So like a lot of times I explain that to people like I never take credit for any of this. Like if you work on yourself, you do other things, but typically it's because you commit to one thing, you fix this one thing, and everything else kind of spirals in the right direction. And you're like, oh, I want to do exactly. I want to fix my fitness. I want to fix. You have four
Yeah.
gym memberships. I want to fix your your family, your fitness. All these kind of things kind of interrelate. I really like that. What in the beginning, I'm sure you were nervous, skepticism. You're like, who is this guy on the internet called Budget Dog? What got you over that hump, and what allowed you to take that next step?
Well, I think I knew change needed to happen, and I'm not afraid of change. I will say that I'm a terrible student, just primarily out of laziness. Like I didn't check
I am
it
too.
up. Like
That's why I
I
teach now.
submitted nothing. I did everything. Like I
Yeah.
took all the recommendations, but I reported nothing. Like terrible. But I think I have my degree in finance. My dad is a CFO. He's an accountant. He worked in Big Four. I spent, the first 5 years of my career in finance. I have my CFA designation I know about. And like, so like
Sure.
the things that you were saying, like I've studied, I know
Sure.
to be true. I didn't like necessarily have a learning curve even with that. It was just, almost like a reminder of things I knew. So I think I saw the credibility immediately just because I mean, like my partner was, financial advisor in Big Four. Like I know the
Which big four were you
information.
guys at? Oh, at your dad, your partner.
My dad was at KPMG and
Okay.
my partner was at PwC.
Okay.
PwC.
So and I was at Deloitte, so we had three out of the four there.
Yeah, so we're very well
Yeah.
uh, well spread. And then most of my friends are in the asset management business, and that's where I started too. So retire
Yep.
like managing, large pension plans in retirement, and it's such a scam.
Yeah.
But they make a
Right.
lot of money, and I've made a lot of money because of it. So I guess it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get there's pros and cons, obviously, with
Yeah.
any profession. I obviously say like, I talk about the fees a lot because they are pretty substantial, but like at the same time, there are people that probably need it because they're gonna be worse off without the fees, you know?
Oh, totally. They don't do it. Like I make fun of my dad all the time because like he is a genius with finances. He's been the CFO of many, many companies. He keeps the wheels on the bus for everything, but his
Yep.
personal finances are a mess. And I just saw my life like going in that direction
Yep.
where like I knew everything that you were saying. It like it's not like I don't even think I had to learn that. I just needed to
Sure.
like I needed the I don't know, accountability or something, even
Hmm.
though like it wasn't like I participated very much, but like I just
Yeah.
needed the okay, do this first. Like
Yes.
what is the next foot step that you have to take to be on that path? Because I think I saw the gap of like
Yes.
here's where I need to be and here's where I'm at, but I had no idea how to like
Connect the dots. Like
connect the
you knew
dots.
the education from a theoretical perspective, but like practical expertise is where you needed that. I see a lot of people in the financial services world specifically that like they're really good at managing other people's money. They suck at managing their own money. It's very weird. I've always
It's
thought that
so
was
weird.
odd.
Yeah, but it's so
It's
true. I mean,
normal. It's very normal.
yeah. Yeah, it's
That,
like,
so what's if somebody's sitting on the sideline trying to get their stuff in order, trying to fix their life, what about the academy would, or let's say talk to your former self that 6 months ago, 7 months ago, what would you tell that individual?
I think you just have to do it. I had to make it like, I think I struggled with it when it was a chore. So I almost
Mhm.
had to like make a financial date with myself every week where like pour a glass of wine, we'll eat chocolate. Like this is not a painful experience. This is actually fun. It's a game. Like I think
Sure.
that mindset had to be like because it's a delayed gratification reward and you're so
100%.
so used to getting a quick hit, especially when you make like when you have a lot of cash flow, like when you make a
Yes.
lot of money, it's very easy to feel bad about yourself and just go buy a Gucci bag. Like you can just
Yep.
do that.
Yep.
It's harder to like sit at the kitchen table and be like, okay, I'm gonna call the IRS and figure this out. And
It's funny. You said one glass of wine. There might be two involved. I mean, I'm not, no judgment here.
no judgment. Yeah.
But the Gucci bag, funny that you say that, is because like Heather, who obviously teaches from a behavioral finance perspective and like the financial therapist, like she actually has a story about a Gucci bag. I think it's Gucci, one of the, I don't know, Louis
Yeah,
Vuitton,
yeah, yeah.
whatever. Yeah, she told us about this. She talked on my podcast recently. She was like, we have a, she's like, back in the day, I didn't have anything growing up. And so I had some money all of a sudden. I had to prove it. And so as soon as I guys got those dollars, I just went to buy the Gucci bag. And she's like, it was one of the biggest, like, turning points in my life because I realized like if I keep doing this because I'm like making money now, I'm never going to get ahead. I'm always going to keep being a victim to all these like shopping sprees.
Right.
And it's a very powerful experience to even like witness or I think be aware of that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I feel like we've like a lot of people in my friend group, even like nobody came from anything, but everybody's been very successful. And
Sure,
so I
sure.
think it's really easy to just consistently elevate your lifestyle.
Yep. And
Um,
when you make that much money, you could retire so early if you just put it in the right buckets, and
right.
you can set up your whole entire future. Especially, I mean, shoot, 100 extra thousand bucks on an annual basis now can go to investments if you choose to do so. Like that's crazy.
Well, and it's even just so I have my like corporate job,
Sure,
even though we rolled out of Corn Ferry. I'm an executive recruiter, and I joined two partners I had worked with in their own boutique, and so it's just the three of us. So it feels a lot more entrepreneurial, but still, it's very corporate.
sure.
But it's two women, and they each have three children. And so they, from the day one, were like, we want to be successful, but we only want to work 20 hours a week so we can spend time with our families.
Hmm.
So it means that while we do really well from a time perspective, I have loads of it. And the
I
other,
love that.
yeah, but my career like experience, my part of the job is negotiating people's compensation. And
Sure.
so I started a company called Raiseworthy in the pandemic 2020 to like teach women mostly how to negotiate their comp. Like,
Yep.
and the results were crazy. But I think as my finances struggled, my self-trust, I was like, I can't teach people about money and how to negotiate if I don't feel like I felt like a fraud.
Sure,
So I
sure.
basically stopped doing that. So through this process and gaining the confidence again, I've been able to like kick that off. And like
Hmm.
I've had five clients in the last month, and between the five of them, they've increased their compensation by more than $1 million. And so it's like incredible. Like I get to do that again because I'm confident again. So
Oh my, that's so awesome to hear that because like I talk about this confidence level. It gives you a different sense of confidence with your finances to do other things and like get other opportunities. That's exactly what you just did. Exactly what you just voiced.
and I have time to do it. And so yeah.
I need
And
to have you come on to the academy and speak about this
oh, I'd be happy to. I
on a
like
on a
most of my
Monday, maybe a Monday call. I know we're booked out to June 3rd. Like it's crazy. Like I'm pretty sure June 3rd is the next date we have, or June 10th is the next date we have. Um, I would love to get you on the schedule,
sure.
send you an email, have you talk to the academy, how you can help, women, and I guess we could include
I
some
mean, it can
men
be
there.
anyway. Actually, men hire
It,
me, and they're better at it because they actually listen, whereas
it
that's terrible. But like the women are like
I could
they'll
see that. But yeah, no, help people figure out how to negotiate salaries, how to get raises, all this kind of things. I think that would be really powerful for the community. And I love having students actually have practical expertise in doing so. And you obviously $1 million between five people is a decent chunk.
I mean, they're all in like financial services, like high
Sure.
income, but still, it just
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. Let's you want to do June 10th? 10th obviously that's a long way away, but like just schedule it, put it on the calendar.
Yeah, let me just make sure. I have a work trip to Europe in June,
Oh,
which
nice.
is really exciting, but I'm just looking at, I don't leave till the 14th. Yeah, June 10th would work.
That would be perfect. I will send you an invite because I think that would be really, really cool for the community here and obviously
Sure.
huge value there. What else can we help you with though in the meantime?
I mean, I think I'm just continuing to work through it. I mean, if I build a house again, that's going to be new debts and new situations. So I think it's
Yep.
just something I have to like stay on top of.
Yep.
Um,
Accountability, consistency. I think being in the community is going to help you a lot. Just like talking to people and stuff like that in general.
right, right. And this whole look back continuous thing has been a little difficult because my life has changed so drastically.
Sure.
Like there were one-time costs like the moving van. Like
Exactly.
things
Yeah.
like that. And so it's really hard to project sometimes where like I know that where I'm at is significantly better than where I was, but I
Yep.
haven't like stabilized. I've
Sure,
only
sure.
been to
I
the
get
grocery
you.
store twice, not for a year.
Yeah, yeah, that would come soon. I mean, I think you have way more awareness than you once did. Obviously, you're seeing what's happening, and with time, that's going to come together. You're going to feel a lot more confident. So just give it some time. I mean, stay consistent with it and drink some wine if you need to at the
Keep with
table,
it.
whatever you need to do to make it
Yeah.
happen, and just stay consistent. You'll be totally fine. I have a
Sure.
lot of faith.
Well, thank you. And thank you for this whole experience. It's seriously been life-changing. And I hope my little brothers do it too, honestly.
I love
Yeah.
to hear that. Let them come my way if you want. It's up to you, obviously.
I mean, they're babies right now. They're
They're young, so they got the time on their side, which is a huge piece of it. How
yeah.
old are they?
So there's one that's a freshman in college, one that's a sophomore. So
Wow. So
they
wait, hold on.
graduate.
That's a pretty big age gap.
My dad likes to get married a lot and he reproduces at every level. Um,
I was about to say because I was thinking my brother is my youngest brother. It's a 10-year separation from oldest to youngest in our family. So I'm 32. My youngest brother's 22. He's just graduating college. So to put it in perspective, I'm like, whoa.
yeah, no, I'm 37, then there's a 34-year-old, and then the boys.
Gotcha, gotcha. All good, all good.
Yeah,
They
no.
have a lot to learn as well from you, obviously, and you help in kind of pushing down that knowledge is going to be huge for them. So, whatever I can do to help you guys would be awesome, and just
Thank
let me
you.
know. Let Tom and I know. Communicate with Angel. Tom and I will be good to go.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for everything. This has been wonderful.
Awesome, Sarah. I will send you the invite also right after this, and
Sure.
that will come to your inbox. I'll add Tom. I'll put like the details, and I'll put the Zoom link and everything like that for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Perfect.
Cool.
Thanks.
Alrighty.
Great.
See you, Sarah.
Have a good
Bye.
day.